right now I'm in trouble because I could never live up to the introduction, so to speak. My name is Paul Boyles, and I'm excited to be here with you guys today. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. What we're going to do is we're going to play with some Lego. So when you go home tonight, and people say, what did you do at work today? I played with Lego, right? That's the answer. Let me just tell you a little bit about me and a little bit about Lego Serious Play, and we'll get into this. So, yeah, there we go. That is my wife. That's a date night. Took her out shooting. She loved it. She really did. Very romantic date night. She enjoyed it. The only thing is, it was the first time she ever held a gun, and she did this right at me at one point, Joy. I said, no, we have not gone shooting again, right? That was not a good idea. Different night, we went out for drinks. We did not go drinking and then shooting. I would not do that. And then my daughter and son-in-law, and we are blessed. We're so lucky. They moved back here from Pennsylvania back in July of last year, so it's almost a year. They're up in West Knoxville. That's close enough but far enough away, if you know what I mean. I live here in Maryville, so it's really nice. And then what my daughter says is our first official grand dog, a little puppy named Tenny for Tennessee, of course. She's about 18 months old, a lot of puppy left in her, really great disposition, very friendly dog, really nice dog. And then my wife and I, we got a little mutt. His name is Benji. He looks all cute and nice. He's not. He is a mean, nasty little dog. He likes my wife, my daughter, and me, and probably in that order, and no one else. I mean, it's just crazy. I don't know where it comes from, but that's it. So whenever I do anything, I always show my wife my slides, and I say, what do you think? What's your opinion? Blah, blah. She gives me very honest, candid feedback, as a wife would. I showed her this. She said, honey, I'm number one. I said, dear, 30 years of marriage, who else? What else could it be, right? I didn't show her this part. That dog, he thinks he's number one. He really does, eating his Bluebell ice cream. But he doesn't really understand or know. He's kind of been knocked off his throne a little bit because about 18 months ago, we got our first little grandbaby. A little girl, her name is Autumn. She's wonderful, of course. She's the best. Well, she's not the best grandchild ever, but because 11 weeks ago, I guess, my daughter, she gave birth to identical twin boys. So she's got a lot going on in her life right now, and so do we. I got to be honest, it has turned our life upside down. August and Andrew. And August is a little smaller. The picture's deceptive. He's not that much smaller. There's about 6 ounces difference in them in size right now, so it's crazy. They were 7 weeks premature. They're both home from the NICU, doing well. It's great. It's wonderful. They're both over 8 pounds at this point, so it's phenomenal. They're doing good. A little bit about me personally, now professionally. Always worked in human resources, 35 years in HR, 13 years in the service industry, 7 years in hospitality, 5 years in state government, and then the last 23 years in manufacturing for 2 major employers. And then about 4 years ago, I launched my business. And what I do now is I provide one-to-one coaching, leadership coaching, career coaching, kind of life coaching for folks. And I also do a lot of customized employee training programs for local companies in Blount, Knox, Sevier County, etc., right? Customize it to anything that they're needing or wanting. So let me tell you a little bit about Lego Serious Play, where it is and what it comes from. Somebody asked me a couple of weeks ago, did you just make this up? I said, no, I did not just make this up. This is a real thing. We'll see how it works in a minute or two. But where it comes from, in '96, the owner of the Lego company, he wanted to explore strategic alternative planning tools. So he hired 2 professors. He said, I want you all to come up with something really different, unique, that we can use to help us build strategy in our company. So they came up with this thing called Lego Serious Play. Initially, within the Lego company, it had mixed results, in all honesty. It floundered a little bit. People said, like, where does this belong in our business? Who's responsible for it? How much resources do we give to it? There were a lot of questions that went along with it as they introduced this new idea. But fairly quickly, they realized they had some real success with it. It really worked internally, so much so to the point that they decided they were going to market it, and basically they had people come to Denmark to their headquarters, and they trained people to be Lego Serious Play facilitators. They oversaw them, they trained them, etc., for a number of years, probably about 10 years or so. But then in 2010, they looked at themselves and said, wait a minute, we are a toy company. We're not a learning and development company. That is not our space. That's not our place in the market. We really need to focus on building bricks, and that's what they did. So they took this thing called Lego Serious Play, and they basically said to the world, hey world, we don't care what you do with it. It's free to anybody that wants to use it. The only thing we say is when you use it, you've got to use our registered trademark symbol after the word Lego, right? Lego, and they're really particular about this, Lego always has to be in capital letters, and it is never Legos, it's always Lego, right? Plural is Lego, doesn't matter. That is one thing they really stick to and kind of police a little bit. Other than that, a number of companies went out there and they created their own companies to train people to be facilitators, individuals, companies around the world. It is much more popular in Europe and Southeast Asia than it is in the States, but it is growing in the States tremendously. In fact, there was a woman come over from Ireland about 2 months ago, and she spent a week at Tulane University doing tons of workshops for Tulane, their students, their professors, I mean, anything. She spent the entire week there telling them about Lego Serious Play. So what does Lego mean? It's an abbreviation for a Danish word that means play well, basically is what it comes down to, 2 different words, play well, and we're going to play well today. We'll have some fun. And this is what it is. It really gets people to have I think, a different conversation that they might not normally have because they're playing with bricks, is what they think they're doing. Little do they know, there's a hidden agenda underneath all those bricks somewhere, right? Why does it work? One of the rules is if you're in the room, you've got to build. If you build, you share what you've built. Everybody has an equal voice. So if you have someone on your team in your group at work, for example, that never speaks up or never voices their opinion, they are required, because they've built, they've got to share. They have the same voice as somebody else, right? It's very hands-on and interactive. Generally, people like that. It has unlimited potential. The only thing that limits it is your own imagination and the size of the group. It's good for complex topics because you all have the same kit to start with, but you'll see you will all build dramatically different things as we go through the builds today. So it really is good for complex because we get a lot of different ideas. And it gets us to see multiple solutions. Everybody's involved. We get their input, their engagement, their participation. It's just a lot of fun. Who uses it? It is used around the world, literally anywhere in this country, around the world, anywhere, right? Big companies, small companies, and it can be used for just about anything, and we'll talk about that at the end, about some ideas as to how you might use it in your workplace, okay? So it's got 4 steps, very simple, a question or what we call a prompt. We're going to build something based upon that prompt. You're going to share what you've built. Now with the size of the group today, not every single person will share what they've built, but you might share it with your neighbor, for example, today, okay? And then the last thing is we try to capture what you've built. And that might be taking a picture, or it might be taking some notes, or in a group setting, might be putting it on a flip chart, for example. Hey, these are important things we want to capture. We want to remember this. We don't want to walk out of the room and not have something documented as to what we did today, okay? So question, build, share, capture. It's really that simple, okay? So if I said to you, what does a yellow brick signify? What could it mean? Use your imagination.
Traffic light.
A traffic light. I like that. First time I heard it, but good. I love it. What else? The what?
The road to somewhere.
The road to somewhere. The yellow brick road. I hear that all the time. That's the most common response. What else?
I was thinking pause because I was thinking the traffic.
Pause. Slow down, right? My daughter, when she was little, she was like 3 years old, I don't even know. I said, what's a red light mean? Stop. What's a green light mean? Go. What's a yellow light mean? Go faster. Not good. Anyway, what else? Yellow brick. Anything else?
I know they have metallic bricks, but it can be gold.
Gold. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've heard it called a chunk of butter, hunk of gold, dreams, wishes, bananas, anything, right? Anything. So really, what I'm saying is there is no box. It's whatever you tell us it is. It is. Your builds are going to be perfect today, no matter what you build, no matter how it looks. They're going to be perfect, I promise you. Right? 2 tips. When you build, you're going to use a little bit of a metaphor and a story. Right? And the second one is don't have a meeting with yourself. What I mean, it's not that complex. Right? Because I don't know how to do this. Right? Just put the bricks in your hand and start building. Right? It's really that simple. One thing I have noticed in about 10 months of doing this is younger folks, say 18 to mid, maybe even late 20s, they struggle with this a little bit because they're saying, where's the box? Where's the instructions? What's it supposed to look like when I'm done? It's not like that. It's whatever we build based upon your imagination, okay? All right. Black brick, what does it mean? Anything. Give me some ideas. Just testing you here.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Coal.
Coal. What else?
A road.
What's that?
Erode.
Erode. Oil, doom, anything we want it to be. Here, same piece meant three different things, right? Who knows what this person was thinking? I couldn't tell you. And then here it is in another format. I don't know, right? It was whatever they thought it was. All right, so what I want you to do is open up your kits, and you're going to build a tower. In that tower, you're going to include yourself. And in that, you're going to tell us what trust means to you. What does trust mean to you? Okay? And let me just use your... So in your kit, you should have a little minifigure, right? It might be a torso and a set of legs, or it might be together, I don't know, right? Looks like this. That probably is you, most likely, when you do your build. Okay? So you're going to build a tower with you in it that tells us what trust means to you. And I'm going to give you 3 minutes on the clock. Talk about that. All right, time's up. Time's up, guys. All right, who wants to share what they built? Hold it up nice and high, let us see what you got, and tell us about your build. Who wants to do that? Luke is going for it. Luke, what you got? Tell us.
I got a tower.
Okay. He says proudly, right? Tell us about it. What's the story? Where's trust come in there?
The balance beam.
Okay.
It's holding me on one side, and that's all I got.
All right. The little, I don't know, on the top here, this pink.
Yeah.
What is that? Anything in particular or signify?
It's a wind
Okay.
spinny thing.
Wind spinny thing.
Yeah.
And the little, is that a ladder on the back?
It is a ladder
For what, if I can ask?
for. I didn't have any other piece.
He's an honest man. See, I like that. I like that. Who's next? Joy, tell us what you got.
Mine is definitely a balancing act.
Okay.
See, he's barely, and it kept falling apart even as I was putting it together.
Okay.
It shows you that trust, without trust, it all falls apart.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
And
Who-
it was very easy to fold.
Yeah. Is that you on top, Joy, that little minifigure?
Yes.
Yes. Who's next?
If one Luke went, the other one will go. So this is me, and I'm way out here on the edge of this thing, and each one of these bricks that builds up is a member of my team. And they're the only reason that I can stand out there confidently. Because underneath is this thing that's spinning real fast. If I fall, I'm gonna die.
Wow.
It's gonna shred me in pieces.
I love it.
So,
I love it.
Also, I have a very nice lipstick that does not.
All right. How about one on this side? Go ahead. What you got, Christy?
This is the Empower Tower.
The Empower Tower.
So this is my team depending on me.
Okay.
And me empowering them to do the things they need.
You got a lot of weight on your shoulders there, don't you? Yeah, no, it's interesting. And the little eyes on the top on
Those are the people.
the people looking around, checking it out. Excellent, excellent. All right. So you guys are really creative. You guys got it. You nailed it so far, right? Let me ask a question though. When I said time's up, show of hands, how many thought, wait a minute, I need more time? Okay. How many, when you opened your kit, sorted them in some fashion or wanted to sort them? We get a couple. Sure we do. Absolutely. How many of you built, listen to my prompt and real, I got to make it tower-ish? Luke did, right? Yeah. How many thought, no, I want a strong foundation. It's got to be solid on the bottom here. Anybody try to make it symmetrical? Like it's got to be balanced and look kind of the same way? Yeah. The purists in this Lego Serious Play world, they say, and I don't know, right? I don't know, but I'm going to give you a little sheet. You can take a copy and send them back if you don't mind. Push them around. And you can take this home for homework, so to speak. But they say the way we build our builds is the way we run our lives. Like time, I never have enough time, right? I always want more time. Or I need everything to be symmetrical and balanced in my life. I need everything to be orderly, so I sort things out first, etc. I don't know. I mean, it's just something to think about and consider. But take it home tonight, fill it out, and see what you think. See how you land. If you don't get one, let me know. We have them floating around here. All right? All right, so before you tear that down, do not tear it down because I'm going to give you another prompt. You may want to add to what you've already built. You may want to tear it down and start over. I don't know. It all depends upon you and what you're thinking. Okay? All right, let's get another one. 4 steps. Question, build, share, capture. So you might want to capture it too. I don't know. Okay? All right. What are some trust builders? Give us a model that are trust builders in your workplace. What are the behaviors, the actions, the policies, whatever it might be? What helps build trust in your workplace?
Accountability.
Okay, so go for it. Build it. Right? Trust in your workplace. 3 minutes. You got 3 minutes again, guys. In individual in your workplace or any workplace, what are some trust builders that you can point to or you live by? Say, hey, this really works. Okay? Might be a policy, might be behaviors. I don't know. What's going on there? Time's up. Time's up. All right. I'm going to ask Joy to share first because hers intrigues me, so I'd love to hear. Go ahead, Joy. Show us what you got. Tell us.
All right. This, as far as building a trust builder, is somebody who communicates very transparently exactly what needs to happen
Oh,
with, I guess, whatever the task is. Or
okay. Okay. There's a lot going on here in this thing. What does that represent, if anything?
Well, you might have to take different routes to get to the result that you need. It might not be exactly as you planned it originally, but you may have to, take a move to the left, make a lateral move, go up a little, but
The goal is
to get to.
to get there.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else? Good one. I like it. Who else? Yeah, go ahead. Nice and high.
I redid this. This is mine, and it's communication and collaboration.
Okay.
So what I did is, we always have our employees and we have the leadership that needs to speak together. So there's the stepping stones to get up there. The green flags represent the fact that we're open, we're receiving, and we
Okay.
want to do that. The bridge, I know there's a gap there, but make believe there's not.
Sure.
The bridge between us being able to communicate and so this way we can effectively collaborate. And the stepping stones for us to get up there, and then I don't know why I put them there, but I did.
It's okay. It's okay. And it's interesting. People say, like, I don't know what this signifies or whatever. But then as they start to share about it, it's like, well, I didn't even realize what I was doing. It was like a subconscious thing. I put it here because now that you say that or now that you ask that question, oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's what I did. So it's fascinating. Who else? Yeah.
Kind of went with the inverted pyramid
Okay.
model, where, leadership is here, servant leadership.
Mm-hmm.
And this flag kind of signifies goals.
Okay.
And just everything could come down to us instead of trying to lead from the top.
Excellent. I love it. Who else? I'm looking to that side of the room, in case you're not sure. Yeah, let me go back there. All right.
But it's just the eyes looking in. Because if we're, the leaders of our administration or our place of business,
Okay.
and we allow everybody to look at us and see what we're doing
Okay.
and be open, then it builds trust.
Are these employees or these stakeholders, customers? Employees.
Looking at us
Okay. And we're right in the dab cent middle of
right
it.
in the middle.
Yeah. Good depiction. Excellent depiction. Yeah. How about you share with your neighbor what you've done? A little build. You just to take 2 minutes, a minute, to share what you've built. All right. All right. Let's get moving. We got lots to do. Lots to do. All right. All right. Again, you can either keep what you've got or break it down, and we'll start over. I'm going to give you another prompt. This one's a little bit different, a little flip of what we just did. Okay. Build a model that what some trust breakers might be in a workplace, not necessarily your workplace, but in any workplace. What breaks trust, basically? Let's build that, okay? And again, you've got 3 minutes to do it. 3 minutes. Time's up. How'd we do? Getting a couple thumbs up back there. I like it. I like it. Who wants to tell us how you break trust in the workplace? Go ahead. Go for it. Michelle, you got it. You got pointed out, so let's hear it. Let's hear what you got.
I have eyes looking over his shoulder, so micromanaging.
Oh.
not trusting.
I love it. I love it. And of course, he's or she's a little taller and higher than looking at their back, like not even eye to eye.
Yep.
Good. I love it. Who else? Yes, sir.
Kind of the same thought, just somebody, a leader being up here with this little stick. These are
Wow.
people in teams, just micromanaging.
Yeah. Yeah. Who else? Let's go over here.
Just did like a couple of traits, so the failure and secrets. So this guy kind of fell off the wagon, right?
Okay. Ah.
Okay. And then another one was secrets. So I got this in the box, and this is the lid really tight on
Ooh,
it, keeping
it's capped.
withholding information that could be important. So.
I love it. Good. Who else? How do you break trust in the workplace?
Well, I've got my manager like way up high above everybody else. They say they're available, but so they got their little door to their office, but then they got it blocked where nobody can really get in. But the eyes
Ouch.
are always out looking, you know.
Ouch. Yeah, good one. Anybody else? Over here. Joy, let's go for it.
Drama.
Drama. There's no drama in work, is there? Come on.
Not completing the job. We've got a bridge to nowhere.
Ooh.
This one lives in a glass house, gets their feelings hurt all the time. And it drives the manager crazy.
Ah, I love it. I love it. I sense, maybe I'm wrong, you've experienced some of this in your life over maybe once, right? Maybe once, I don't know. Who else? How do you break trust in the workplace? Yeah.
So what I did here is this is the ivory tower with the eyes looking out at the employee. There's a big gap here, and then I have the employee right here bending over backwards, and all they're doing is criticizing and not empowering them, not training them, not growing them, not listening to them, not giving them positive feedback, and he's got his hands in the back because he's ready to fall over.
Okay. And the gap, is black for doom and gloom, or is there any significance to that, or is that just...
I just used it as
It just worked. It worked. I love it. I love it. All right. Take a minute and share with your neighbor what you thought a trust breaker was. How do you break trust in the workplace? Share. All right. All right. I got one more individual build for you, and then we're going to do something, believe it or not, as some teams, basically. We'll work in some teams or groups to do something to wrap it up. So again, you can either keep what you got, tear it down. If you want to capture it, take a picture, take some notes, whatever. But I got one more for you. I think this is the last individual, okay? What can you do? A simple action to either increase, grow, or maintain trust in your workplace, starting like today or tomorrow. Not, hey, July 1st I'm going to start this, or next week I'm going to start this, but what can you do today, tomorrow, to either grow it, increase it, or maintain trust in your workplace? Okay? And again, 3 minutes on the clock. So someone asked, and I always get these two questions that come up is, one is, why don't you give us more time? If I had more time, I could do a better job, right? And the other is, and I need more pieces. If you gave me more bricks, I'd be better off. And the reality is, this forces you to be very creative very fast, right? If I gave you 5 minutes, 10 minutes, we'd be here all day. If I gave you a lot more bricks, you would struggle even more to come up with something, I think. It's harder to be creative, etc. The kits themselves, pretty much you can buy them online. There's a website or two. Lego, of course, sells them. And then you have to add some pieces to it to make it what it is today. But the kits are all uniform. Everybody has the same kit to start with. All right, time's up. Pretty quick, huh? Are the builds getting easier or harder for you? I'm just curious. Anybody? Easier, show of hands. Anybody getting more difficult, more challenging? No? Good. All right. Who wants to share? How can we help trust in the workplace? What can we do to...
So
Emma, what you got?
I have a leader here who's doing an air traffic control situation, and he's inviting feedback, and he can spin and invite feedback from others, and all three of us come from different backgrounds and experience, and this will increase collaboration, growth, and trust.
I love it. These gray on the bottom, any significance?
Yeah, so we're building bridges between different team members to create a more cohesive organization.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Who else? Yeah, let's go here.
So this is the team. All these are promises, commitments that leadership made. So this is where the promise and the commitment was made.
Okay.
And this is the deliverance. We delivered what we committed to into the eyes of the team.
Excellent. Do what you say and say what you do,
Yep.
kind of, right? Yeah, good.
Yep.
Who else? We had one back there? Let me get back to you, Rick.
Well, I put myself down here with my team. These are groups.
Okay,
The little eyeballs represent collaboration. They're collaborating with them, they're collaborating, and this
okay.
is the
Different
goal.
departments or
Yes.
different folks, yeah?
Different departments, different folks to promote collaboration and success, this being the goal.
And you're on the same level with everybody as opposed to being
Up here.
And you're in the middle of it, not on the end of it. I'm
That's
just
correct.
curious. Is there purpose to that?
So I make myself accessible.
Okay, excellent. Who else? Yeah, Luke?
So I only had one minifig, so I built this fella who is holding a brick, building this, or it's a shoulder-mounted rocket launcher. You make
Wow.
the call. But and then here's me helping them accomplish the mission that they've set out to do.
Okay.
I need to be involved, not necessarily doing the work for them, but they need to know I'm available and I'm willing to get in the dirt with them if I need to.
The orange thing you're holding,
It was the only one that was the right size.
what is it? What does it represent, if I can ask?
I'm helping them build this.
Oh, okay, just helping
Yeah.
them build. I
Yeah.
see. I
Next
get
step
it.
is to put this up here.
Okay.
And then we're gonna keep building it up.
So if I give you another prompt, he would be.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Who else?
So I kind of did what Rick did too. I took myself off the pedestal, off the top.
Okay.
Brought myself down so all my people can, I can listen to them. Some are higher, some are lower, but all of them will know that I'm hearing them versus towering over them and telling them what to do. We can all work together. And then I put the little pink flowers so that they know that hopefully they will feel the kindness and
Okay.
work.
There's a lot going on here. Is that like complexity of what's happening or?
No, I put my bridges back in.
Okay.
So that, I had taken them out for the last one, but I put them back in so everybody is more connected in building together.
Okay, I love it. This green piece over here, I'm just curious.
Oh, he kind of got.
He's
He's
just forgotten. Okay. See, your build is perfect, always, always. Anybody else before we move on to the team stuff? Anybody? Anybody like, I gotta share this. This is important, right? So I want you to remember what you said, what you're gonna do to increase, grow, or maintain trust in the workplace, like today, tomorrow, not next week, not next month, but take some action with it, basically, okay? All right, what I want you to do is break your build down. You're gonna put it back in the zipper pouch, close up the zipper, right? Close up the zipper. Break it down so that the next folks that get it, they can build with some ease. They don't have to start by tearing things down. And get everything back in that zippered pouch and... Okay, so what I have is about 6 of these pouches, and what I'd like you to do is get in a team, if you guys are in the back row, get in a team, and we'll try to have a fairly number of equal folks at each pouch, basically. So maybe like 5 or 6 at each one, if we could. All right. I'm going to give you a prompt. I'm going to give you all a prompt. You're going to build as a team, and then each team is going to share and report to everybody what they've done, what they've built, okay? Up here, I have what I call my people plate, right? I got like Simpson characters, I got skeletons, I got firemen, I got police people, whatever. If you need to add people to your story, feel free to grab people off the people plate. The only thing I ask is that when we break things down at the very, very end, anybody that took anything off the people plate, those people need to come back to the people plate, right? I like to keep my people separate, if that makes sense, right? That makes sense? Is that okay? So we got people up here. Use whatever you want, right? Let me give you the prompt, and I'm going to give you more time because you may need to strategize as a team a little bit about what your thinking is and what you want to say in your build, etc. And then you may also want to think about how's that going to be shared or who's going to share it back to the entire group when we're all done. Does it make sense? Yeah. All right. So let's see what the prompt is. What does a high trust culture look like in the workplace? And I want you to think about people, systems, policies, values, procedures, whatever it might be. What does that look like in a workplace? What does that culture look like? And you got 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Don't forget, you got people over there on the people plate if you want them or need them. All right. Time's up for real this time. All right. How do we do? Okay. Curious to know the team build. Thumbs up, thumbs down. What'd you think? Thumbs up. Yeah. It's fascinating when you do this with a group of employees or a team in an organization. I did a workshop for a company, and the CEO, and it was his CEO and his direct reports. There's about 10 or 12 of them in the room. And these people shared. I mean, I was like giving. He said, "Here's what I want to uncover." You know, he took 8 pages of notes in about 2.5 hours. I said, "You've been writing up a storm." He said, "I got 8 pages here of things I got to do. These are things I've heard." I had a guy one time, and I don't know if anybody grabbed any of the skeletons here, the little skeleton characters. He had on his little base plate, he had a skeleton over here to the far end, and then he had 2 little minifigures, and they were back to back. And then he had another one, and that minifigure was looking out like the other direction completely. And we were talking about work-life balance is what the company had. Hey, we want to talk about work-life balance. How do we? And I said, "What's the skeleton?" He said, "That's my mom." And this was hard. I was like, I don't know what to do here. He said, "She's got dementia, and she's a mere skeleton of what she used to be or who she used to be." I said, "Oh." He said, "These two?" He said, "That's me and my brother." He said, "We don't talk about my mother or what we're going to do." He said, "Because," he said, "we disagree." He said, "She should be in a facility, a home to care for her. My brother insists on keeping her with him." I said, "Who's this one over here?" He said, "That's my boss. He's turned his back on me in this whole thing. He doesn't acknowledge that I got a whole thing going on that's consuming my life right now." So it's pretty powerful, pretty strong, right? But that's what happens when you start playing with these silly little bricks, right? So who's going to go first? I want to hear about this one because I'm intrigued. I got to be honest. Who's going to share? Tell us what you got.
Go, Luke.
Luke's got it. Go for it, Luke.
Okay. I want to lift it up so everyone can everyone see this?
Yeah, it's hard with a large group.
I'll explain it in detail.
There you go.
So we have here our communication tower. Communication is key, so we have a big communication tower there. We have an open door policy, an open window policy, so you can speak your mind freely. The people I don't know too much about. I wasn't involved with the people meeting, but let's throw the people in there. Who are they?
So we've got Grandma right here. So it's a caring environment, and she's there for like comfort and make sure people are being taken care of. And we did the tower in pink and then a flower on top, so then everybody feels included and a safe place to go to. And then we've got a police officer over here. He's just there to make sure everybody stays safe. There's always a safety environment. And then you've also got this guy here. He's a safety guy. He's got his orange vest on, so he's out there in the warehouse making sure everybody's good.
Good.
Yeah, and this is our Wi-Fi.
Uh,
And the gear over here, everybody's working together.
I love it.
In nice harmony.
I love
so.
If the Wi-Fi starts not working, I got a referral.
It's all about networking, right? I'm curious, you built, and I didn't say yes or no, right? You built it on a base plate that you configured as opposed to just building it on the table. Any reason, or you just thought you had to, or?
We just felt that every company needs a good solid base to start off with.
Good, I love it. I love it. Excellent. Good answer, Charlotte. Who's next? You guys back here.
I can't lift ours because I wasn't able to get it to stick together.
Right.
That was
Okay.
not part of the design.
That's okay.
But we have the owl at the top, kind of like the wisdom and the knowledge, policies, procedures, everything that needs to be conveyed, coming down to the workers in management who are sharing a croissant. And kind of that, like, lunch and learn, bringing everything
Ah,
together.
okay. I love it.
And then we have the open doors and windows as well, with a puppy and a bird and some nature. So specifically, like with our job, we'll go and like sit in different areas, and that's really brought trust and built trust. It also gets us more accessible to people. We have a vehicle here because we have multiple locations, so just having that way to commute and connect. And then in the back we have a police officer who has gotten all the spiders and the snakes in like a jail, so just someone that's kind of like controlling any of the negativity or
I love it. I love it. Absolutely. The bad guys yell, yeah. Because there's some of those people in work, right? They're there. We don't like to have it, but that's reality. That's reality. How about you all? What you got?
We took a bit of a different approach. So we started to brainstorm and talk about what policies and procedures and pillars that we value in the workplace and that we see would be beneficial for everyone to apply. So we picked clarity and consistency. And so that's what we represented. So I can actually hold ours up
Okay.
because it's quite simple, but you have a window. And then we have a pattern to show the consistency, and then we have different employees because it takes, when we have a spider going up the water spout.
That is purely
Purely
joke.
for fun. We wanted the animals to capture employees because it takes all different types, but if you have the same foundation in the workplace, everyone can thrive and do what they do best.
I love it. That the culture.
Oh dear. and then I dropped the ball.
So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
So the culture kind of molds what we have. Is that yeah. And I like the 2x6s and 2x8s. I'm going to go with you. Right. The color coordination that represents something. If you guys strategically planned and plotted to say this is what it has to be for us, right? It's important. Okay. Any questions? Any more else before we kind of move on? Anybody? Excellent. All right. How about you guys? What you got?
So ours is very simple, but it's to the point as well. So we were basing everything that we were doing on culture and improving culture, keeping engagement, and how do you do that? And sometimes the figures don't matter. We just
Okay.
the Simpson theme because they went together.
Okay.
But it's a matter of our employees and our leadership coming together, having open, honest conversations, which is why they're on the same level.
Oh.
And they have the open window and the steps going on up, just to touch base. How's it going? How the processes? Is there anything that you can see in your career? Because think about it, our boots on the ground is what really keeps us going, right? So, and who's better to learn from that position but our employees with our boots on the ground? So learning from them, like, is there anything we can do to improve? How's it all going? What do you enjoy working here? Keeping all that open communication and engagement going to keep the culture strong as well. And it's also making the employees feel like they're being heard, they're being listened to, and then implementing those changes if possible. And if not, going back and communicating why we can't do that, or collaborating on all of that as well.
The clear, transparent pieces up here.
That was for it.
It's just transparency.
There's got I would think there's significance there, right there.
Transparency,
Yeah.
Open and honest, safe
place
Okay.
to share.
And the 3 bricks on the bottom, like, is there significance to them that they're different colors or? No,
I didn't
just,
think of that.
no.
We were just trying to make
Just
it equal
equal.
height, so one wasn't like this.
Yeah.
We were trying to make them.
Make them on the
equal
same
heights.
level?
Yes.
Because they're, okay. Anything else? Comments, questions? Anybody have any thoughts? I mean, good job, guys, really. I love it. How about you guys? What you got?
So we put together kind of like the pillars foundation of a company. So what we wanted to represent here is how they are connecting with each other and the importance of each individual communication. So we have different ways of that each tower is communicating with each other because every department is going to be different. And then we also wanted to like portray how like this is kind of like a plan, like portraying like the peaceful environment and also where the money is. Because when you have a company that has a strong foundation, you will have a revenue that is being produced too. So, which is what it's here for, obviously. So, we just wanted to portray that harmony of when everything is communicated correctly.
Good job, good job. And the people that you selected, any particular reason?
No,
Just
people.
people?
Just people.
Yeah, yeah.
Just people.
All right, good. The fact that you have 1, 2, 3, 4 bases or departments or what are what is there a significance to that at all or no? Just
No.
just look good.
Thank you.
All right. Last but not least, I guess, right?
Yeah.
What you got?
We first discussed what are some attributes of like what a high culture environment would be. So then we all delegated and we split up into our own sections of what those attributes are. So we have, for example, we have the sharing here. Amanda, I'll let you explain. Sharing,
Amanda.
sharing. Sorry, that's
Yes.
balance.
Yes, so we have these 2 owls and they're sharing resources.
Okay.
And then we have support, Emma.
So while team members may be working independently, we have supported them in many different ways to give them the tools and the confidence they need to do their jobs.
And teamwork, Carlos.
That's all the spiders lifting something that's much heavier than them
Ah,
together.
Spiders.
yeah.
And then openness, we had the open door policy similar to the other table over there. So this is like the leader with the crown on and then the employee, but either way, they have an open door policy to each other.
And then I did balance between 2 people. So then you have the goal in the middle and they have to work together to reach it.
Very good. Good job. Thank you. Your people that you selected, this character, is there any
That was the only person.
only one that we
here.
could grab? Okay.
Yeah, whether
Fair enough.
he could be a cop, he may not be a cop. I don't know. But
I don't know either. Yeah,
you
no,
know.
it's okay.
He's still talking to his boss.
All right. Yeah, that's the idea. All right, so you have some fun with that? Yes, I think you did, right? It's kind of neat to see. So before we kind of wrap it up, if you could do me a favor, if you took people off the people plate, get them back to the people plate. Don't worry about closing up the pouch. I will do that. But if you can break down your pieces and put them in the pouch, I'll close up the pouch. Just make sure the people go back on the people plate. Yeah, you can go back to your tables, I think, yeah. I'll close up the pouches. Don't worry about that. I'll do that. I'll close them up. It's easy. Once you get the hack of it, the knack of it. Those pouches, that's the other question I get quite often for people that have kids that have Legos. Where do you get those pouches? I get them on Amazon. They make that size and they make a much, much larger size. So if you have kids or grandkids and you're trying to figure out a good way to store all these Legos, those pouches really work nicely. They really do. All right, a couple of thoughts, because one of the things that we do when we do these workshops, and no matter what the topic is, right, we want to get people to think a little bit. Okay, what action am I going to take? Reflect a little bit about what happened, right? So which model, the trust builder, the trust breaker, or action step, felt most meaningful to you personally or revealing to you? Oh, did you say, aha, that's something I could be doing or should be doing? Anybody, any thoughts, any reaction?
I would think for me, it was how to maintain trust. The first one was more about, I feel like, more about me.
Okay.
And then as we started discussing everything, it was more about how do we build trust with our team and how that looks like and really makes you think about what you should be doing every day.
Okay. Makes you think, well, yeah, I love it. Yeah, Katie.
I think the action step, mainly because you put the caveat on it of like something that we can do now, not plan ahead for in the future, and so that really makes you think of like, okay, what can we do quickly to change any like breakdown in trust in any form?
Okay.
So I think that was.
I'm going to put you on the spot. Did you come up with anything that you think, okay, we should do this or could do this? Is there something that comes to mind?
I think just maybe looking at different points of communication,
Okay.
with having different locations that can affect
Be
things.
hard,
So
yeah.
I think just trying to find ways to communicate better.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody else? Yeah, let me get back to you.
I was talking to Carlos towards the beginning, and I was noticing that whenever I was thinking about all of the different attributes or ideas that go with trust, I subconsciously was thinking about things that maybe I should work on, because there was things that other people were saying that I didn't think of because it was second nature to me. Like I automatically do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I automatically thought about what are the things that I need to work on, and that's why I'm thinking of those at the top of my list. So I thought that was interesting.
Right.
I wasn't really expecting to do that when I came here. So,
Perfect.
yeah.
That's great. Great. How about the second question? How did the Lego Serious Play process change or enhance the way you think and communicate? You know, if I came in here and I said, we're going to do a 90-minute lecture or presentation on trust in the workplace, right, and we didn't have the bricks to play with, it would have been a totally different experience and I think a totally different result than what you got, right? I think. I don't know. But so I'm curious, did this enhance it, make it better? I'm getting a couple nods. Yeah, that is good. Any thoughts on it? Yeah.
Well, it forces you to talk about what's directly in front of you.
Yeah. If you didn't hear me, it forced you to talk about directly what's in front of you.
Right.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, it does.
A lot of times we like to hide what's in front of us
Yeah.
and go for what we don't, what's
Right.
easier to talk about.
Right. And honestly, if we had a lot of time and it was a smaller group, I would dig a little deeper on some of the builds. I'd say, hey, what about this? What does that signify? What does that mean, et cetera, right? Just to get at a little bit more. Rick, you had a...
I just think that it forces you to collaborate and be
Okay.
open to other people's ideas and think quickly on your feet, because you're 3 minutes.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So, then 1 minute, and it's like, okay, well, so.
Time to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No, that's part of the magic of it, I think, right? What's an action you're going to take to build or maintain trust with your team starting like today, tomorrow? One thing you're going to do that maybe you say, you know what, I need to revisit that, or I need to start doing that. That's a good idea. I heard it from somebody else on the other side. I'm going to do that. Anything.
Asking them what they need.
Ask them what they need. Absolutely. Anything else?
Showing appreciation for the work that they're doing and recognizing when they're doing, kind of their job, but giving recognition for
Yeah.
the hard work that they're
That builds trust, definitely. It builds respect, definitely builds trust, I would agree too. All right. So what I get sometimes when I do workshops like this is, well, what happens? So in a normal session, this would kind of be the wrap up. Now, somebody would be a scribe in your team or in your group, and there'd be a flip chart. They'd be flip charting some things down, or they'd be writing things in a notebook so that you had some things captured and documented as far as, like I said, the CEO that wrote 8 pages, right? Maybe that's a lot, but you might have some things to work on walking out of the session. So kind of like, hey, what'd you see in here? What did you feel? What did you experience, right? What was your key insight? One thing that when you walk away, I learned something. And what's your next step? So what's your action you're going to take as a result of the 2 hours we spent together, or 90 minutes, 3 hours, whatever it is, right? What's the action you're going to take to move the ball forward, so to speak, okay? How could it be used in your workplace, your team? Any ideas, any thoughts how this might be used? Not necessarily this workshop, the trust thing, but the Lego thing. Any ideas, any thoughts? I'm curious.
Steal it.
What's that?
I'm just gonna steal it.
You're going to steal it.
Wholesale. Unless I can get it certified.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I did a group, and it was fascinating because when we were all done, she said, where do I buy those kits? How much do they cost? How many can I order? And I knew where she was going. I was, okay, this is exactly it, right? Yeah.
You know, Paul, I think it would give employees, if I was gonna use it at the bank, sometimes employees are hesitant to come forward with their thoughts and their concerns. I think if you were to say, hey, use this, take 30 minutes, build something, and let's have a discussion. I think it would be a good conversation starter to give them an opportunity to express themselves without being too formal, you know?
Yeah.
An icebreaker.
No, absolutely. Yeah, so right now, two things on that, Rick. I'm glad. Like when I get requests, and I get requests, people saying, I want to use that Lego thing I saw on, you posted on LinkedIn, I want to use that with my team. What can we use it for? And my question is, what's the problem you're having? What's the situation? What's the challenge you want to address? And we can build, customize, whatever it is, the builds, the prompts to that particular issue, right? And you're exactly right. They start building, they don't even realize by the third or fourth build. That first build, building the tower, is really non-threatening. It's just, hey, let's get used to playing with some bricks, and then we kind of build from there as far as what we're doing. And then the team thing at the end usually pulls it all together. If I was with a team and I knew who was going to be in the room ahead of time, which I normally do, I would say, give me a list of everybody. And then I would get like a little yellow sticky and I'd put Charlotte's name and Luke's name on it and all that. And everybody would get a name. And I'd say, now at the very end, build a gift for the person whose name you have, right? And then tell us about that build, but don't tell us who you built it for until the very last sentence of your explanation, okay? The group I did, the CEO group and all that, and this, I was blown away. And this lady, I was like, holy cow. This guy, he had gotten her name, and he's explaining what he built, why she does everything, and she's so helpful, and she does this, blah, 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 right? It goes on and on. And I could see her, she realized it was her he was talking about, and her eyes started to water. And then when he said, this is for, and he said her name, she started crying. I was like, holy cow. And she said to me afterward privately, she said, I'm sorry I reacted like that. I said, you don't have to be sorry, that was it. She said, he's never said that to me in 20 years. Oh, wow. I was like, wow, that's crazy, right? So it's a lot of fun. It works. It really does, okay? So what could it be used for? Just about anything, in all honesty. It really could. Conflict resolution, team building. I have a friend, he sends these kits to people literally around the world. He's a coach, and he coaches them for an hour, usually once a week. Hey, build what's on your mind this week. Build what happened at work this week. Build the struggle you're having today, right? So he uses it and coaches them, and then they share it on their camera, on their laptop, whatever, right? And he shares and that's what he does for an hour every week with people literally around the world. It's crazy. So it could be used for just about anything, okay? Anything at all. If you want this slide deck, I can email it to you. Just if you can sign my list, I'll make sure I email it to you. Not a problem. And then Mitchell, you'll have it on the YouTube channel as far as the presentation, right? Yeah. All right. I thank you for your time. I do ask for feedback. If you can fill out that survey sheet for me and just leave it face down. You don't have to put your email on there if you don't want to. Don't feel obligated or pressured in any way to do that. It's not required. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, the QR code on the right-hand side is it. I have the certificates if you need them for recertification up here if you want. And then I also have over on the table there a little bit of a, I'll call it marketing brochure about things I can do or will do with your team. I'd love to work with anybody in the room, basically. So there you go. And I thank you for your time this morning. Thank you guys very much. Thank you. Thank you.